Okay, we're currently in the gym, a little over 3.5 weeks out, or we're 3.5 weeks out from the Arnold, and it is, I believe, the third deadlift session of like this prep. As you guys know, I haven't really been dealing with a back injury, but I had a back tweak. I'm just now getting to the swing of things, so today is going to be the heaviest I've gone on deadlift since getting that little back tweak. So I currently have 585 pounds on the bar. So Joey sent me what he wanted me to do yesterday via Facebook message. So basically he wanted me to work up to 585 to 615 pounds, depending on how I felt, then drop down to like a 4x4, I believe, and then another drop set of a 4x4 for more volume, or a 4x something. I have to go back and look exactly at what I have to do for today's workout, but all I know is that I'm gonna be doing deadlifts, and then we're gonna get a little bit of a back workout as well. So just getting back into the swing of things, like my back feels completely fine. Like over the last couple of days, my back has been feeling amazing, so that's not really the issue. It's just the fact that I need to get that motor powder back in and get like volume in and like heavyweight with deadlift. So the enemy is right there. It has yet to be lifted. But here comes a heavy single with 585 pounds. Alright guys, as I mentioned earlier, I had the option of staying with 585 pounds or moving up to 650 pounds, depending on how I felt. However, this single is supposed to be an RP of 6 to 7, and I think 585 is closer to an RP of 7. So I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like if I went to 615 pounds, it might be a little bit out of my range. So we're gonna move on to the fours. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a set of 4 at an RP 7 to 8, and then I think 4 sets of 4 at an RP of 6 to 7. So basically that means I'm gonna have one top end set with 4, and then kind of like a drop set with the last 4 sets. So let's get to work, man. Let's get to work. I swear, it's like never actually on. Okay. All right, so we got it. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to explain going into or doing that last set. So there's a couple notes that Joey sent to me whenever I sent him the video of me doing that 545 pounds, or actually the 585. So what he wanted me to do was to kind of like focus more on pulling the slack out of the bar and not being so like jerky off the floor. He wanted to be more kind of like concentrated, more precise, making sure that my back's straight, and just making sure that I'm just not trying to yank the bar off the ground, because what we want to do is make sure we have as straight a back as possible, because going forward, that's what kind of gave me this back tweak in the first place. So it's like, if I could keep my back straight during training, I could get a little bit more lax when it comes to meet day, because yes, like whenever you get to that heavy weight, you're going to sacrifice form to a certain degree. Like that's just going to happen. It's heavyweight. That happens, you know. You take it with a grain of salt. So right now during training, what we want to focus on is making sure we have that straight back, and that means that if we're gonna have a straight back, that means it's gonna be slow off the floor. So if you guys notice on those pulls, it was like very slow off the floor, but then once we got past my knees, it locked out like that. So that's something I'm just gonna have to keep in mind whenever I'm pulling. I'm like, damn, just be patient. Be patient. If you get it off the floor, take your time, and then once you get it past your knees, it's gonna lock out like in like 0.2 seconds. So now we have a 4x4. We're 495 pounds, aka 5 plates. We'll go ahead and knock that out. I feel pretty solid. Feel pretty good. It's just like one of those mellow days inside of the gym where I'm just kind of here chilling and just working out, enjoying myself alone. So let's go ahead. 4x4, 495 pounds. RP is 6 to 7.
another man's treasure. One man's pain is another man's pleasure. One man's pain is the same to the weather. Rain, he can rain on together. It's whatever, you shine, I shine. You got a 9 to 5, I'll be your 5 to 9. Hey, one time. Tonight, 'cause I think I see the baddest little thing in the world.
This fucking industry is cutthroat. I'm not the same, man, and I could let you check the tag now.
Yo, what's happening? I thought I'd come through and hit y'all over the head with a quick little voiceover about a topic that I find very interesting, and actually a topic that's been, quite frankly, annoying me the last couple of days. So, you know, there's this whole social media thing, you know, there's sponsorships in it and stuff like that. And of course, I'm gonna get people asking me questions. How do I get a sponsorship with one of these companies? And this is not a bad question. It's not a bad question at all. It's kind of difficult to kind of learn how to maneuver through some of these things. And if you could reach out and ask someone a question that's already doing what you want to do, that's beneficial for you. However, my issue comes from the type of people or the kind of people that are asking this particular question. Russell, how do I get sponsored by Alphalete? And every time I read that question, I cringe. I just kind of just like, I'm like, man, these people are just doing everything backwards. Like they're doing everything ass backwards. And it deeply pains me and it almost annoys. I mean, I'm just going to frankly say it annoys me. Like it makes me angry because I feel like these people are thinking the wrong way. That's not the way you think about things, I feel like, in life. You should grind. You should push yourself to a point to where Alphalete's asking, how can I get this guy on my team? Like, that's the way I think about it. And the best metaphor, the best simile, or the best equivalency that I can think about something like this is sports. You don't see high school athletes asking, how do I get sponsored by Nike? That is already understood. The way to get sponsored by Nike is becoming someone of value. A high school football player has not reached the peak of their development. So why in the world do they garner a Nike sponsor? Think about that. A Nike sponsorship. Why do you garner a sponsorship? Why should a company reach out to you and work with you? I like to think of things like this. Make yourself absolutely undeniable. Grind to a point where you have companies asking you questions. Hey, how can we get in your corner? How can we work together with you? And I think that aspect in, like, you know, social media, I think that aspect is kind of lost. It's like people that don't warrant a sponsorship or people that don't even warrant a look are asking for things that they do not deserve. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, you have people that have, I mean, let's just speak frankly, man. You have people that have no following, people that have done nothing in this community asking for a sponsorship. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, why? Why do you deserve this? You see, you have to figure out what can you do for a company? What can you provide? You have to be an asset. Because at the end of the day, these companies do not love you. At the end of the day, it's about numbers. It's a number game. Let's be honest. It's a numbers game, and you have to have value. You have to show yourself to be a worthy I can't even say the word commodity. I just messed up the whole thing by not being able to say that word. But you have to show your value at the end of the day. You know, it's funny how just people they expect certain things without doing the work. And you know, I get these questions. I'm like, all right, let me see. Lil homie probably just not getting noticed. I'm gonna go peep his gram and see what the issue is. And he hasn't even put in his 10,000 hours of training. So what I like to say to you guys is become someone of value, prove your worth, and these companies will come asking and vying for you to join their company, or better yet, seeing how they could add you to their company and what they do. Because at the end of the day, man, you have to be doing something within your own field in order to be recognized by others. Thank you guys for tuning into today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like always, if you guys liked today's video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Get better today. I'm out.
901 Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive.